We're leaving the Florida Keys today. Our next actual destination is Anchorage, Alaska.
I think Florida is trying to keep us here. Welcome to Missouri. Only like 400 more miles to go. Oh, look at this. So pretty.
The Sprinter chassis went into like limp mode.
We're both just feeling a little defeated right now. It was a terrible, very bad, no good night.
After unexpectedly spending the first half of 2021 in Florida, soaking up all the sun and fun we could, we're finally hitting the road again and heading north, covering 8 states in a little over a week as we attempt to make it to Alaska for the summer.
Let's do it. Come on, what are we waiting for?
Alaska or bust.
We're Howard and Caitlin Newstate, full-time adventure seekers who traded city life for RV life. We've been traveling through North America and beyond in our Winnebago Navion since 2018 with our 3 pups, Piper, Ella, and Scout. Our passion is sharing the wonderful and sometimes challenging parts of our life on the road with you, taking you off the beaten path, meeting interesting people, and trying new things. Each week we bring you along with us to explore unique things about every new state we visit.
Better soak up this view while you can.
I know. Folks, if you haven't figured it out already, we're leaving the Florida Keys today, and our next actual destination is Anchorage, Alaska. That is 5,700 miles from here.
I'm from the very, very south all the way to the very north. So we're staying at my best friend's cousin's house, mooch docking. The hilarious part is trying to get in. Once we can get in, we'll be okay. All right, let's see. Amazingly, we got in thanks to Howard's excellent backing up and redirecting skills, and then Ryan and I watching and making sure that we didn't hit the tree. I don't think that's going to be the most exciting time lapse because we got pretty close to the back, but the tree, we did push against the tree one time, but Howard was going so slow, nothing happened. We can't put our slide all the way out, but that's okay. We can put the bed down. We have plenty of room.
We took the next few days in Tampa to finalize our route across the country.
Alabama to Seattle in 7 days.
Yeah.
So.
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on, what are we waiting for?
Alaska or bust.
More like bust.
We guys be upset if I dance like this the whole way.
If I can't see her, I mean, if I'm driving and she's doing that, I don't really care.
Yeah, all kinds of moves.
And we had a planning call with Frankie and Alex since we'd be crossing the border in Washington State with them.
3, 2, 1.
We're going to Alaska!
Then we headed north to Ocala for one more important stop.
Scout just had her checkup from her heartworm treatment and she has gained 3 pounds. We are so excited. That was one of the big problems, is that we couldn't get her to keep any weight on. Like, she was still so skinny even from like when we found her. So that's really exciting. I guess her body is adjusting and is getting healthier, so that's great news. And we'll do an actual heartworm test 5 months from now to make sure that all the heartworms are gone, but she's up to date on all her shots. She's also getting her health certificate so we can go to Alaska. Ready, Scout? I think Florida is trying to keep us here. What happened, Howard?
Caitlin, this is a problem which there is actually no solution for. I'm going to call it Mercedes Sprinteritis, but sometimes it just won't start. And you just have to wait, and then eventually it will start.
It's been a long time since this last happened. We were trying to figure it out, and I think it was right after we'd come back from Mexico. We pulled into the campground in Marathon, Texas. Come back out and the RV won't start. It's doing that thing again.
Mm-hmm. And then it happened once in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Now the RV won't start. On our way to Grutas.
Grutas Tolantongo. And then before that, I can't even remember. Oh, it would have been Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in Virginia.
Yep.
It's about once a year. And
here's our time.
Yep. We're at a gas station. Yeah, won't start.
Okay.
All right, let's hang out. And just like that, it suddenly works.
It was like 30 seconds.
So total wait time was like 5 minutes, and then There are theories as to what's happening, if it's like a capacitor thing or something like that, but it's something to do with the ignition sequence. It's not that it's not getting enough juice. It's not that like there's a problem with like the starter motor or anything like that. It's just something electrical.
I think it's the fluxing capacitor with the thingamabob.
It's impinging. It's impinging on the...
And then your phalanges.
Yeah, the cram jam, unfortunately, is impinging upon the halibut end.
All right, onward.
Nature.
And here we have the wild American teenager going through the forest right now. Do you see how many teenagers were in that truck?
Yeah.
I sound really old right now.
Okay, but ask yourself, should you have a boombox with you when you're hiking in the forest? No.
No. Scout's first walk in a long time. All right, so we're spending the night here in Tate's Hell Forest, and it has kind of an interesting reasoning behind the name. So legend has it that Steve Tate went into the forest with his dog to hunt a black panther who was killing his livestock. Well, he ended up getting lost, got bit by a snake, spent 7 days and 7 nights in the swamp, and then stumbled out, and the last thing he could say before he died was that his name was Tate and he'd just spent a week in hell. And therefore, that is why this is called Tate's Hell State Forest. So take it with a grain of salt, but that's the local legend.
Do you believe that story? I don't know if I do, but it sounds great. What a nice little hike.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only, what, 100 feet away from the campsite?
So there's always one in every family, right? Piper jumped in the swamp. Come here. Show everybody how dirty you are. Like, just hop down off that little boardwalk. All 4 paws in the swamp. So, I guess he gets a bath now.
This one.
Why do you like this?
Look at these paws. Just look at that.
Piper, you could have jumped onto an alligator. Crazy. They're crazy. And we're out.
On the road again.
Need a new travel song, my love.
It is the travel song, Caitlin.
Yeah, but it's a little overplayed.
I can't wait to get back on the road again, going places that I've never been. I can't wait to be back on the road again.
All right, well, we are on the road again this morning. And our next stop is Alabama. We are going to Pandion Ridge RV Resort in Orange Beach, Alabama. We have never been.
That's a first. Pull-in spot. Look at that. Water view.
Wow.
Nice.
Pretty. It's an alligator warning. You hear that, guys?
Guys, gators.
But there's a little dog park.
We learned about gators, though. Remember, don't do diagonal, don't zigzag.
The alligator has gone from Daniel to my ankles, 30 feet. So are you thinking about zigzagging again?
You just run straight. So you hear that, dogs? You just run straight away. No problem.
Well, we've got to go get some seafood since we're here on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Come on.
Cheers, my love.
I'm gonna eat all of this. We've got buffalo shrimp and oyster po' boy. This is an amazing, like, seafood Creole stuffed potato. I don't even know, there's all kinds of seafood on top. And then like a etouffee that has blackened shrimp. There's so much food here. It's gonna be so good. Hi. I've never seen a more beautiful baked potato. Look, I peeled back the cheese. Look at the crab meat. Oh my god, look at that! Oh, and it's a shrimp. I got crab and shrimp in my mouth. Oh my god. This food is phenomenal, guys. Like, everything we've had is fresh and delicious and so flavorful. We're gonna show you around the RV resort where we're staying, but first we're gonna take the dogs over to the dog park. They're happy, we're happy.
This is a really nice place.
Our thanks to Pandion Ridge RV Resort for hosting us. This has been a wonderful stop here in Alabama on our way all the way across the country. This RV resort is beautiful. Number one, we have a pool in sight.
Never done that before.
Yeah, it's so cool.
If you have a Class A or a Class C, obviously with a travel trailer, you can't drive in because the tow vehicle would be in the front.
And they have a resort style pool here that's gorgeous with big palm trees and fountains and a fire pit and a hot tub. We're probably going to be heading over there soon to check that out.
Obviously the dog park, 2 sections of the dog park. There is a trail that connects into the state park, which is adjoining to it.
If we had more time, we would definitely be doing that for sure.
So we were driving along and minding our own business, and the Sprinter chassis went into like limp mode, which is like kind of a safety mode, and the check engine light popped on right there, but there's no message, so it's not telling me what's wrong. So we're just gonna try and turn it off and then turn it back on again. You may have heard this before with like computers, same thing.
Just reboot it. Our engineer used to say.
Just reboot it. I'm gonna check the oil and stuff though.
Okay. We're in, I don't even know because I've been editing. Where are we?
We are outside of Hannibal, Missouri, home of
Hannibal Lecter?
No, Mark Twain. Mark Twain. Anyway.
Just so we're clear too, we're not actually on the interstate pulled over. We're at an exit ramp, which I still don't necessarily condone because it's not the safest, but we're in the middle of like cornfields and there's nowhere to go. So this is the safest option given our situation. All right, he nodded and I think says the oil looks fine. I mean, he just changed the oil, so it shouldn't be the issue. We also only have 100 miles to go. Ew, what is that? A dragonfly.
Look at
Aww.
it. Yeah, it was a dragonfly caught in there. That's not why I think it stopped, but it's a dragonfly.
That's huge.
No.
Aww, I love dragonflies. What's the verdict?
Well, all the levels I can check look fine. Oil's fine, all that. I didn't see any hoses. I looked to see if any of the fuel line, because I did notice that like it kind of happened when it was changing gears, so I wasn't sure if it was like a turbo kind of thing. Let's try it again.
Cross your fingers for us, guys, because we got a seafood buffet to get to.
Guys, we gotta get to this buffet. Hold on. It's still on. We will need to get a code reader at least put onto it. So we might need to find a
Mercedes?
I was gonna say Mercedes or an AutoZone.
Okay, I'll look.
Okay.
Be okay.
That'll be great. Hey.
They just gave it to you?
Well, it only will work with their computer system. So
no, I know.
I mean, yeah.
But like,
so here's the reader. They're not allowed, because of COVID, they're not allowed to come inside vehicles right now. So we had to give it to me. So I need to find the ODB port.
Is it in there? Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. That's it right there.
Ella, are you supervising?
Okay, so I need the keys. So what you do is you don't start it up, but you turn it on like that. Connect that. So it's done. All right, so now I take it inside and they're gonna tell me what the code means.
Okay, the results are in. He has a piece of paper in his hand. He was jogging. I can't tell if that's like jovial jogging or like nervous, sad, upset jogging.
What do you think it is?
I am not the father.
You are not the father. So first of all, let me just say, this was incredibly easy. You literally connect that thing in and then out spits a result and it tells you what part is necessary to fix the code.
Oh.
Thank you, AutoZone. Not sponsored. The error is a fuel rail system pressure too low. The part necessary to fix it?
The fuel filter?
The fuel filter.
You were right.
And guess what we have? A spare fuel filter. That's incredible. So, I think we'll actually be okay. Now I'm going to follow the instructions, which they also provide on how to reset the check engine light. So my hope is by resetting it, it's going to also clear the limp mode, or you know, the whatever you want to call it, the engine safety mode, and it will go back up to full performance again. Let's find out.
All right.
All right, well, let's continue on to our buffet.
It's fancy.
I mean, if only we played golf. All right.
We made it slowly but surely.
Let's eat.
Slowly being the keyword there.
Yeah.
All right, we're off on day 3 of driving. And we're clean and we're showered. And our next stop is Clear Lake, Iowa.
After a delicious lunch with friends in Clear Lake, we were feeling optimistic that we could swap out the fuel filter and be back up to normal speed with no other issues.
We're here at the parking lot.
Doing a repair. Parking lot repair.
Doing a gosh jelly repair. Okay, so this whole air handling area, this whole thing's got to come off. We're going to be getting to the fuel filter down there. This is not an instructional video. I'm going to do a terrible job.
No, he's not. But also we don't have time to do instruction because we have to get to South Dakota by tonight, and we are currently in Clear Lake, Iowa. So let's do this fast.
That's gross. Okay, I've successfully taken the engine completely apart.
You better not have.
Just the air intake. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this hose, and then there's going to be a couple of Torx bolts that I need to remove, and then the whole filter pops out. Put the new filter on, reattach it, and put everything back, and that's it.
And hopefully that will clear the air so that we can drive normally all the way to South Dakota tonight.
I know this wasn't an instructional video, but this is really, really important. If you're going to do this yourself, make sure that you have one of these. This is the turbo. This is the gasket that goes on the turbo. You have to change this every single time you change out the fuel filter.
Very, very, very important.
Very important. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Well, some bad news. We couldn't replace the part ourselves. There's a bracket that Howard can't get off. And then also, I've been trying to edit, Premiere's not working, and I think we're both just feeling a little defeated right now. Hard. Look at my shoes. I didn't realize I put on one of Howard's shoes.
We're all very stressed out right now.
Scout included. She has tummy troubles.
So the conclusion is, I can't change it myself.
Yeah.
We're missing a specific tool. I don't have it. And then there's this other piece that I've been trying to get off for about 5 minutes, and I can't get it to disconnect. And I don't want to risk breaking it. I'm more scared of honestly breaking it than anything else because I don't want to try and order another part. So I think we're just gonna put it all back together again, and then find somebody that can do it, like a little shop. And it'll take, I mean, we have all the equipment and parts needed. It's really just like,
It just sucks since it's over a weekend too, and so like
can't fix it this weekend.
no. What can you do? All right, Scout, come on. I gotta go fix my shoes.
Good morning.
It was a terrible, very bad, no good night.
Yep.
On our next episode,
We just got a tornado watch.
the ups and downs of this cross-country road trip continue. Plus,
Our engine situation went from bad to worse. So right now, the RV is undrivable.
and will we even make it across the border with our paperwork to head to Alaska this summer? Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming adventures. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.